Vishwas, let's start with understanding what exactly does GoodWorkLabs do?
GoodWorkLabs is one of the fastest growing tech companies in India right now, and we build products for other companies. And these companies, they range from Fortune 500 companies, giants, to startups. And we help them build products. These products are like AI, big data products, and mobile applications, automations, and all of that stuff. So we're very good at design as well. So we also have a design studio. So in short, anybody has any need to build amazing, world-changing products, we do the job.
And how many people do you have? I know that we met maybe 4 years ago, I think it was about, and you were just starting off and you didn't even have full-time people on your payroll. Now how many people do you employ?
So we are just about 150 people right now, and we've grown about 500% year on year. You came to our first office. It was not more than a tiny office. And then today we have so many large offices. We have offices in San Francisco, New York, Kolkata, and in Bangalore. So we are growing very fast.
That's what the Financial Times say. I mean, like the Financial Times called you the third fastest growing tech company in India. It's fantastic here. And one of the things you do is build apps, which is why we've got a question for you that's coming from Bijoy. He says he wants to build an app. What advice do you have for him?
First advice for anybody who's building an app, or even any product for that matter, is to be very clear on what the market need is and what are the key features that you want to build. And next is always look at coming up with a design first. It's called a design first strategy. First, know what you need to build and how it needs to look, and then get started with actually building it, because that kind of brings down the cost. It also falls in the category of the lean startup. So where you do an MVP, it's called a minimum viable product. You build it with a small budget, you go out there, you experiment, and then you validate your learning, and then you iterate on top of it. So the first thing that I would do if you want to build an app is do user experience, do a design, do a couple of prototypes, showcase it to your customers and your key investors. And you will not believe how many customers they come to us. We make a lot of prototypes for them without even putting a single line of code, and they go out and raise millions of dollars with that prototype, and also win customers. And once they have that kind of validation, you go ahead and invest in building a tech team and building the whole product, and then you go to the market. So be wise, go with 2 or 3 key features that really make sense, that are the most important features that will get you traction in the market. And once you have that, and then you can start building more and more on top of it. So your design needs to be awesome, your product needs to be really bug free, and it needs to be super fast. So these are the key things you need to take care of.
And then maybe you can make your $1 billion funding. All right. You've mentioned about other products, so we haven't even spoken about your growth. I mean, 500% year on year, making the Financial Times call you the third fastest growing tech company in India is pretty amazing. Let's come back and talk about what was driving that growth up next on Fever 104 FM. Our guest today on the Dons of Bengaluru has a bestseller on Amazon already. It's called The Last Avatar. It's the first of the trilogy called Age of Kalki.
The Dawn of Radio.
He's a writer, entrepreneur, motivational speaker, social media influencer. My guest today is Vishwas Mudagal. My name is Darius. By the way, his first book, bestseller, still available online and in bookstores. His latest book is already on the Amazon bestseller list. You can buy it on Amazon or any other online or physical store as well. It's available everywhere. It's called The Last Avatar. But what we haven't spoken about, Vishwas, is your first entrepreneurial venture, or at least your most successful, GoodWorkLabs. It's a software product development and design studio. Financial Times has called it the third fastest growing tech company in India. What's been driving your growth in the last 3 or 4 years?
Our DNA is what has been really driving us, and our focus is always on innovation. We are trying to help customers be at the edge of technology, and the way we do that is basically we question the status quo. We are always trying to look at what is the latest out there, and we're trying to shatter the dogmas in the technology space. We're trying to implement that is the latest out there. That is what is driving our success. And number 2 is the kind of people that we hire. It's like your biggest strength is your people, and we look at people who are problem solvers and people who are passionate about technology and design. So this combination has ensured that we are able to add a lot of value to our customers and their success, and because of which we have built amazing relationships with a lot of customers, and they continue to grow with us, and that has ultimately created a great brand for us. And not to mention that today GoodWorkLabs is like a gold standard in the technology space, and that itself is testimony to how we have grown.
I have to ask you, I think I already know the answer to this question because of what you just said, but what's the biggest hurdle you have in creating and driving this kind of force?
Yeah, so the biggest challenge always has been hiring good talent, and right now we are trying to double the headcount at this point in time. So my suggestion to anybody who's listening to this is, you want a great career in a very challenging environment, you want to work with latest technologies out there, be it React, iOS, Android, Node.js, whatever you guys want to look at, AI, ML. So we are hiring a lot of those people. So please reach out to us.
Using my interview as a HR tool, a hiring tool. Let's do it properly. Search for GoodWorkLabs online and apply online if you want to be part of the third fastest growing tech company in India. Does that make you happy?
Yes, thank you so much for that, Darius.